Okay, so we just dry fit it with our bracing pieces on the inside, so it's all rigid and everything's in place. And we did that so that we can figure out visually and structurally where we can fit the jack to come up. So I'm looking here, and the bottom is a little bit lighter colored than the rest of it, so it looks pretty unbalanced right now. So if we add the jack down in this corner, I think that'll help balance out the look of it that way.
Okay.
So I wanted to line it up right along the center of the sound hole and then sort of halfway in between. And that means that underneath we've got that horizontal brace piece going right here, and the jack would not be able to fit. So we're actually going to have to carve out a little spot through that bracing for the tip of this to sit down into. Okay, so I've got the thing marked here in pencil. I don't know if we can get it. There's a reflection of it there. Okay, so now I gotta pull this back apart. Step one. See if I can get this open again. Okay, there's step two.
And those are the dry fit of the pieces.
And this is where we need to, we need to create a carved out spot here that'll fit the jack in that general area. So we'll make it pretty. We may even make a match, I don't know. We do want some weight down here because the neck is really heavy, so.
And does it need to be that big?
We'll see. That's not the part we're doing right now, though. The part we're doing right now is actually getting the hole in the middle.
Getting the hole in the middle.
Metal.
Oh, metal. Okay, got it.
Everything's got to come out of here. We can probably safely leave this in. We'll take this one over to the drill press and start working on that.
Okay.
I'm not sure this is the jack we're actually going to use. More accurately, I'm not sure this is the
nut.
Yeah, the nut. I think we might go with a black and chrome one because I think we have some of those in stock rather than this plain black one because it doesn't really match the rest of the instrument.
Aesthetic.
So I'm going to drop the brace down in here so we know where it is. And then still need some trim work done. Take a look inside this hole and see exactly where we're sitting. Looks like we're going to have to be up close to that brace. So the brace has to go up against the key, so we know that this has to be out, but we do need to bring it out as close as we can. So if we key in on the width of this, we know that that's our safety position, and then we can bring this out.
I think that's really big, dude. At first I thought the camera wasn't in focus, but then I realized it was just the mouse sander vibrating.
We made some adjustments here to the back vertical brace because the box has a little fold in the tin right there. It's fairly rounded, and this side is all crushed and weird shaped. So we shortened it up just a tiny bit and then added a bevel here so that it's actually fitted to the existing box. And the crush part really starts to show itself here because you can see this edge of the box is much lower versus the brace compared to this side.
Yep. But that's why we have braces.
This is why we had to go with this kind of a brace design, because this box is not a regular shape, so we had to create a regular framework inside of it that we could count on.
So which pieces are we gluing first?
We're just doing a test fit right now to make sure that our jack drops into place.
Okay.
Let's see how the key goes.
Very nice.
And this is the space that allows that bottom of that jack to go down into it.
Yep.
And we can insert the neck halfway. So that way it clears the pickup. Now we should be able to close this. Insert the neck the rest of the way into the key. And then we'll see if this closes. Feels like it.
Yeah?
Let's flip her around and see what we can see inside here.
How's it look?
You put that brace in backwards.
Oh. Try number 2. That's a good thing about these types of setups. It's kind of modular.
It's all custom work.
Yep.
The only right way to do it is the way that you designed it. Okay, we can get that closed. Slide that into the key.
Was it easier to close that time?
Yeah. It's actually got play in there too, so we know it's not hitting. Alright, take a look inside. Jack is safely clearing the bracing.
Cool. Alright, Commander. What's the plan of attack here?
We only get one chance to do this part right.
One chance, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're gonna We're going to use the super strength adhesive from 3M to glue down the horizontal braces here and here. I've marked which side is up and which side is front. I've also marked on the back where not to put any glue.
No glue in the back there, sir. Yes, sir.
The reason why we can't put glue there is because we need to have a spacer in place here to make sure that these are exactly the right width apart. So that keeps glue from leaking out in those spots and ruining our glue up. So we're going to put those down with glue on them, and then we're going to put in the front and the back key vertical braces.
Without glue.
Without glue. And then we'll put in the center piece. And that holds these in exactly the right position. Then we need to clamp, which in this case involves putting some spacers so that we can get it up above, and then placing a table over the top of it, and then we've got some serious weight to drop on there.
That is some serious weight, sir.
Yep. Okay. So now we're actually going to attempt to execute this without messing up.
Alright.
Which is easier said than done.
Does everybody have their gas masks on?
No.
Prepare for commencement? I sure do.
Okay. So I kind of have to do these both at the same time. I've got my little glue stickies handy.
Hmm? Oh yes, the things to
Cleaning
get
off the excess.
Yep.
Now we don't want to overdo how much glue we put on these, because we definitely want to minimize squeezing any out.
Okay.
So we're going to be a little bit more lenient this time, a little more sparse.
Please do not ingest, inhale,
Or touch.
or touch. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times. And again, your gas masks. This gas mask does not help.
Nope. Those are only good for particulates, Eddie.
Oh.
Not fumes.
Oh my god.
It's okay if we bleed out a little bit over here.
Can't they make it smell like lavender or something?
Can only imagine how nasty the chemicals would have to be to make this smell like anything other than solvent.
Ugh. I think this gas mask might be trapping the odor. Oh my gosh.
It's not that bad.
Says you don't have a gas mask trapping in the odor.
Alright. I want to pre-spread this out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably without gluing myself to anything.
One form of bonding to your project.
Not a form I want to indulge. Okay. There. You can let this stuff set up for about 15 seconds before it's time to really get it in place. Okay. So now we gotta flip this over. Drop it into place here. And we know pretty much where it goes. I'm gonna double check our ups and our fronts. Make sure everything's okay in that position.
Spacer.
Now our keys go in without any glue.
Yep.
It's pushed up against the key. Now the front one goes in place. Again, pushed up against the key. I want to hold down the centers and then push down on the outside so that the glue spreads outwards rather than in.
Do we have hold on?
Nope.
Okay.
So now we know that the spacer goes in here, and this is of course why, because right now it's a little bit too tight, but now it's perfect. Okay, everything's locked into place there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to add our risers. so we can clear everything.
Our awesome table.
Now we center the table on there.
And linseed oil.
Add the weight.
Bam.
Check for stability because we don't want it going anywhere. Alright, and now the waiting game starts again.